The Tory government have gotten rid of Sure Start. What was Sure Start? Sure Start was a programme run by experts to solve the problems of crime and social disintegration within communities. Instead, given Cameron's big society, we will now have volunteers starting in Sure Start. When you consider that it costs between £50,000 and £250,000 to keep a prisoner in prison for a year, then surely it might have been better to spend that money investing in only £1 billion a year in the Sure Start campaign, because prevention is better than a cure. Prevention would have meant that that person could have gone on to become a valid member of society. Also, I have a friend who's the governor of a school who has over 40% of her class speaking English as a second language. Sure Start was vital in getting them to be part of the English community, the community of our nation which speaks English, and that is the gateway in to a better life for those people. That will now be stopped. That will also mean alienation for those people. And if those people are Muslim or perhaps from some other faith that has an extremist outlook, such as ultra-Zionism or ultra-Christianity, then perhaps those people might be alienated enough to strap suicide bombs to their vests and blow people up on metros. Crazy? No. Observable. Observable in the actual reality that we live in, not the fantasy world that people like to believe that they live in. It is observable that every fanatic from A to Z has applied for free schools, and free schools without Sure Start will mean an open door to every fanatic from A to Z becoming part of the Sure Start, the replacement of the Sure Start campaign, which will be based again on volunteers, not experts. It will mean the continued division and apartheid of our society. Now, I've said in many of my videos on South Africa why the replacement of apartheid by what is now the ANC was feudalism. But that does not mean that I want apartheid in my own country. I did not want apartheid in South Africa. I do not want it to be that there are no-go areas for English people in our own country. Sure Start would have helped solve those problems. Sure Start, because it was a Labour programme, was being axed by the Tories for political ideology. There's no other reason, because the intake of tax in this country is £1.7 trillion, and the government expenditure is near £900 billion. That means that there's nearly close to £1 billion, close to nearly £1 trillion of money that is not spent and goes missing every year. Where is this money going? And it's not going to the European Union, before you say. It is the cost of the European Union I have included in the expenditure of government. Sure Start would have only cost us £1 billion a year, but it will cost us billions and billions of pounds more, perhaps up to £5 billion more, to keep locking people up into prisons who don't speak English, who won't be able to be deported forcibly because of other laws that are in place to protect people's human rights. Now, it does not mean that I'm against the Human Rights Act. I am for the Human Rights Act. But the problem is the idea that you can replace experts with volunteers. It's just not going to happen. Your Tories do not believe in rational plans, and this is why they're doing it. It's an ideological drive towards conservatism. We haven't had a social democracy in this country since after the Second World War in some vague form, even except during Thatcher's reign, but of tyranny. But we will certainly see the return of social democracy. There will surely be a need for Sure Start because these things have evolved over time, and the next Labour government will put them back in, I am sure. What we need is curb on immigration so that there isn't the people in this country not being able to speak English, and the people who are here who cannot speak English must be taught by experts in a Sure Start campaign to integrate them into the society that we live in, which is an English society, a Nordic and Celtic society. That's all I have to say on Sure Start, but it covered a range of social causes and problems, and was a very good idea to get them all under one roof, and I would surely support it if it ever returns. Thank you. If you have any worries about my political affiliation, then you can already see that I'm a Labour supporter, so check that out. And when I said about the curbing immigration, I mean that it should be 4% of the birth rate of the European Union's population of Nordic and Celtic and Roman descent. That's fine to clear that up. Thanks, peace, and have a good day.